Hello and welcome to the Drunkduck Quackcast. Hello, Baines and Tantz. Irene, how are you?
Hello.
This is the Drunkduck Quackcast. I think we're up to number 668, which is an amazing amount. Oh my lord, so many Quackcasts. And this week we're going to be talking the year in review because this is 2024. It just that change happened a day ago when this Quackcast came out, which comes out on Tuesday the 2nd of the new year, but it's been recorded on Saturday the something or other 30th
The 30th.
of December.
30th. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we were doing a year in review.
What happened? New Year's Eve.
But before we cover any of that stuff, we have to bring up the featured comic. So the featured comic Kaiju was very kind to feature a comic called Focus, and she's going to talk about that now.
Hello, this is Quackcast, and the feature I've selected for this week is The Focus by Spooktergeist, and it is rated T for Teen. Veteran Arch is supervising hopeful recruit Zahn during his final evaluation of Ranger training. Arch has high hopes and expectations for Zahn, but sometimes the best-laid plans of foxes and wolves often go awry. Zahn is thrown a curveball when he lands an assignment to explore the Grimlands, meet Freya, and find the Focus. Arch and Zahn are joined by psychic Camilla Kadiva, who has the ability to read thoughts. Zahn is about to make contact with a mysterious voice inside his mind, equipped with an airship, a captain, and a team of mentally hardened, experienced men. The art style is mainly black and white line art that gets dramatically more detailed as the pages progress. Excellent stippling and dashed line shading techniques. Avoid getting cursed with radiation, and read The Focus by Spooktergeist, rated T.
And that was Kaiju with Focus. Thank you very much for that, Kwai. You have been a fantastic person on the cast with all your featured comics. Okay, so next up, Gummels hasn't given us a theme this week because he's been so busy with New Year's and Christmas and all those things. So we're doing a best of, and for this week I have chosen King's Club. King's Club, which is a fun little comic by Amelia P. Let's describe King's Club, the theme. This is a modern mafia movie soundtrack, starting off eerie and atmospheric, and then ramping up with something cool and bombastic. There's traditional theme bolstered by hard, gritty rock techno edge. So take it away, Gummels, with your theme to King's Club. And that was Amelia P's comic King's Club, which Gumwallis did a theme to, and that is a piece of genius. King's Club is a fantastic comic by Amelia P, also known as Amelia Wu. I think that's her professional name, and she is a pro comic artist working at DC or Marvel or something like this. So, yeah, she's one of our fantastic alumni, of which we have had many.
Yes. What a really great artist.
Drunkduck has been
I
going.
love that mafia families named after the suits and cards thing. That's cool.
Genius idea, yeah. And it's all her own idea too. But yeah, Drunkduck's been going for so many years now. We've had people starting out here and going into all kinds of areas in professional entertainment industry and doing professional webcomics. So and then coming back to us, which is just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've had like people starting families, getting together on our site, and then starting families and their kids growing up and becoming Drunkduckers. So yeah, eat that webtoon and tap us, you Johnny Come Latelys, into the world of webcomics. We've been here forever. We know webcomics. We were born in webcomics. You really adopted it.
You can't handle the webcomics.
Exactly. Jeez. It's still weird when people say, "Oh, webtoon format." What? Webtoon invented that? No, I'm sorry. Scott McCloud, Infinite Canvas. Yeah, we experimented with that stuff before you even were a website. Come on, guys.
Yes, Webtoon. Who do you think you are? You think you're the Band-Aid company? You think you're the Kleenex company? How dare you?
Exactly, you. Roller skates. No, what not roller blades, that was the term. Roller blades. Another one.
Oh, is rollerblades the name of a specific manufacturer?
Yeah, because they were inline skates. That's what they made everyone call them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because rollerblades is a brand name.
Ah.
It's like what was that thing you call it? Abseiling. Oh no, you can't call it abseiling. It's rappelling, because abseiling is a brand name. I don't know.
I
All
don't
these
even know
things.
what. Yeah.
Oh, like when you see the policemen or military people sliding down ropes on the sides of buildings. Yeah, abseiling. It's repelling. Oh, whatever. We're going down a rabbit hole here.
That's interesting. Oh, you can't say rabbit hole. That's a company.
Oh yes, that's copyright to Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my God! Oh, what a travesty that was.
Dear. Yes, it has to be something else. Okay, so let's see. This is the year in review cast because it's coming out on 2024 on the 2nd of January.
Mm-hmm.
So happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So how did you guys celebrate your New Year? Well, you didn't, because we haven't had our New Year yet.
We haven't.
Saturday the 30th. Jeez. It's still in the future for us. But so what happened with us this new year? Well, I mean, in 2023, wow, our year in review. Well, we had Alexi doing a lot more work on the website, and it still haven't got the new version of Drunkduck yet, but he's been working away, and hopefully that should be done. So Alexi is our programmer. He is in Russia, a country beset with many issues. One of the big issues, of course, was the invasion of Ukraine that happened this year, which was very horrible for people in Ukraine. But it had a whole lot of weird kind of knock-on effects. I mean, people like Alexei, who is just a normal Russian guy, normal guy. He's not like a supporter of the war, as in most Russian people aren't. And of course, by sanctions, which means financially Russia's cut off. I can't pay him normally, so I had to pay him through crypto and all this kind of stuff. And paying him means like my credit cards were all kind of like cut off. I couldn't, like, my bank stopped me from even paying the sites to pay him the money I owe him for fixing up the site. So I had to do all kinds of weird stuff in order to be able to get him money for the work he's done on it, which is a pain in the frickin' ass. But we did sort that out eventually. So, and he was like not having any money, not being able to work, and being quite sick, and it was very hard for him. So he eventually he has managed to get himself a job, which was really good, and so he's able to work now on Drunkduck over the holidays, fortunately. So it's been touch and go. So that's why it takes a long time for the site to have any changes.
Oh man, I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah. And let's see our year in review for ourselves. Look, I managed to finish chapter 8 of Pinky TA, which was really good for me. So that was a good bit of stuff, and it all came together, which I was happy about. And I understood some things about my comic that I didn't even know I was doing, which was really good. You know, the whole kind of the theme behind the story, which I'm not going to let on, because what's the point of having hidden themes in a comic if you talk about them openly?
Yes, keep those. Keep
it under wraps. Yeah, but I was happy to do that. Happy to work on Pinky TA and sort of move my entire work process to my drawing tablets, which was a long time coming. And what I mean by that is my Samsung kind of handheld tablets that I've been using for years and years and years, and rather than my Syntec, Wacom Syntec. So which means I'm not as tied to the computer. I mean, I still do the lettering on the computer, just for Pinky TA, which I like to have it in that specific style. I could do that on the tablets as well, but I don't want to. Can't be bothered doing that. For Bottomless Waitress, I do it all hand letters on the tablet, so it's 100% done on the tablets.
Right.
So I think we did. Did we manage to finish the first chapter of Bottomless Waitress in 2023?
Yeah, was that 23 or was that back in 2022? I'm not sure.
I think we sort
I
of.
think it's 23.
Nice.
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, then we're a couple pages into the next issue already, so that's pretty fast for as busy as you are and everything.
Yeah, well, we're into 2000. We're into the second chapter of Bottomless Waitress, which is so fun to do because it was such a departure. Like, Bottomless Waitress has been so totally silly and funny and just lighthearted, and suddenly we're super depressive, like dramatic. We swung totally into a new realm with Bottomless Waitress. We started out with like crying and writing mascara and depressive panels and stuff like that, which I wanted to do, and you gave it to me, Baines.
Oh yeah, well, you wanted to draw that, so definitely happy to do it. And I should say that a lot of the delay, maybe even most, was because of me not writing anything for a long time.
Oh man, yeah. You hadn't written anything, and I was like saying, Baines, write it. And I was like telling people, tell Baines to write. And then when you finally did, you finally not only wrote just everything, and then you also thumbnailed everything as well. And then I stopped drawing it. Like, oh my god.
Well, your delays never seem quite as bad. I mean, you're so busy with just life things in general and all your activities.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, but I want
as
to
long
keep
as something
doing
is there for you when you're ready.
Yeah, but I want to keep doing it because I'm enjoying it, and it's just so fun to me to do a comic that's based around characters and not plot. Not Pinky TA is a very different thing, and this means I could just do character expressions and interactions, and I don't have to think as hard because you've done all the thinking for me. So
it is a different thing to just draw it. Yeah.
It is.
And you're not just drawing it; you're creative thing with the stories as well and characters. But yeah, when we get to that point, you just kind of don't have to worry about it.
I can work on body language and facial expressions and eyebrows, and eyeballs, and stuff like that. All the fun stuff.
Oh, and it's such a gift, man, to get that stuff back from you. And like, was on Ocean's drawing this stuff, and like, looks amazing.
But yeah, it's been a total joy, and I've got a new tablet for Christmas, and I'm starting to draw on that now. So it's fun. I lost an entire page on this new tablet, setting it up and getting things going. Lost an entire page and had to redraw it from scratch, which was, it just made my heart stop, because I hadn't done that in years. Hadn't lost a page in a digital thing for so long, and yeah, that's it just doesn't happen. Yeah, I was able to draw it from memory, and thank God Baines had given me a thumbnailed page to work from, so I was able to use that, and yeah, it started up again. I'm having as much fun. So yes, enjoying Bottomless Waitress. And so you guys, Baines, you did your new webcomics, your Kitty Cat Girl comic and Kaiju Romance.
Yes, the Kaiju thing went the whole year, and almost every week I had pages up. Might be every week.
Several
I might have only
pages.
missed 1 week. Yeah, I try to do a couple pages a week. Got a little bit busy just this past week, so I did some extras pages because I hadn't figured out the story pages yet. But yeah, did that. Did a little bit of typical Strange, but mostly it's been Kaiju Valentine and that one issue of the Cat Girl thing, which is only on Patreon so far.
Yeah.
And I also did my little daily gag strip with the rocks.
Yeah.
Once in a while thing, yeah, which is really fun.
Oh, I love those rocks.
Yeah, me too.
They're quite adorable. I want to do fridge magnets or something with those.
Yeah. Oh, I would get those, honestly.
Oh, I should do it. Yeah.
So these are two rocks with who don't move and things happen to them. So it's a very classic style of comic.
They have eyes that look around, and they talk and they look around, and sometimes you see teeth and tongues for some reason. It's like they're rocks. Why do they have? But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's conceptual. But yeah, it's kind of like those Frank and Ernest or whatever it was called. In a way, that's how I think of it. Like you'd have these two characters just kind of talking, and I'm probably not as involved as Frank and Ernest, not even close. They're just little silly, fun gags, and a little bit of back and forth. And yeah, I love doing that. When a handful of ideas come, I'll just do a handful of pages.
Oh, it reminds me of this comic. What was it called? I can't remember. It was something about like there was a Foreign Legion thing. It was based around. I can't remember what it was called. And there was, so you had a whole lot of like skits based around various characters who were like based in this French Foreign Legion fort. And one of these skits was these two guys who were stuck in two little prisons, and they never moved, but they had a dialogue. So it was always the same. The panels were always the same view of them, of their little prison in each panel, and yeah, the dialogue. Does sound familiar. But yes, in that style, and there's a lot of comics that have been done in that. So it's a kind of classic format, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
Genius. And in this world of webcomic progress, Tantz started up Verdant.
Yes, I did. I remember how it is to start a new comic. Yeah.
Yeah, you've let us in on some of the world building and all the work that's going into it behind the
Yeah.
scenes to get it together.
The funny thing is that I told myself when I finished Without Moonlight, okay, I want to completely to have a mental like holiday from World War II and especially knowing what's coming. So I'm going to do like a nice little fantasy short story about uh, culture, class, and religion wars, I guess. Anyway, so it was supposed to be relatively short, like 20 pages max. But the moment I started designing the characters, it's like, um, you know how you, in those cartoons where everything is so jam-packed in a closet and then this unknowing character comes by and opens the closet and everything just cascades out and and they are buried under this pile of whatever was in the closet. Well, that was a little bit what happened to me as I tried to set up a fantasy thing. I was like, oh, I want a little generic fantasy. And like, here, have this entire world that now exists in your head. So yeah.
Nice. And do you have an idea now how long you think it'll be?
Yeah, it's going to be like at least 100 pages, maybe
That's what I
more.
was thinking so far.
Yeah.
You have a couple of main
That's good.
characters so far.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was thinking like 100 and something.
Yeah, it's really going to be. It's going to be like a pattern of triangle constellations, in a sense, characters. So I have 1 second. Τι έφαγες, τι τρως? Once, I just had to stop my dog from eating something plastic. Sorry. And the good thing is that she comes and shows me what she has found. So,
They're very, very silly, they're doggies, aren't they? They're
yeah,
very cool.
yeah, they are. They are my little clowns. Yes. So anyway, back to the thing. So yeah, they're going to be like clusters of triangle clusters of characters, which means I have 3 main characters that feed off each other, and we have just met them basically. But I also have like 3 antagonists that are not like not all of them are of the same cloth, let's say, cut of the same cloth.
Right.
And the overall, and then I have overseeing characters, which are the gods that are going to crash the party at some point, and they are another triangle, let's say. So
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of
interesting.
gods, we have another webcomic that we're all working on together that will be
Yes.
in 2024.
Yes, indeed. It's the first collaboration we have ever done, all 3 of us.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Like a full collaboration, which will be a comic. Is it Key of Dreams? Is that what we're calling it?
Mm-hmm. The Key of Dreams. Yeah. It's for the anthology that has the theme of dreams. So,
And full of gods, which is going to be
yes.
fun. Chock
Yeah.
full of them. Which would be
All
nice.
the gods and one mortal. So,
Going for dream gods, which is even more fun.
yeah.
So are these even like showing real god powers, or is the woman just having a dream? We could even go with that.
Yeah. It's really up for interpretation. Whoever you can see what you want to see. Like, oh my god, they sound like Morpheus from Matrix now.
You can see what you want to see. It's a fantasy. See, we've even got lyrics now. We're going to turn it into Xanadu. It's gonna be a musical.
Yeah. So yeah, we are doing this, and Oz has already done some concept sketches that are amazing. Yeah, I have written the script of the story, and together we are all brainstorming about how it's going to look, and certain aspects like of imagery and how it's going to look and all of that. And that's where we are, and it's very exciting. I can't wait. So
Yes, I love the concept drawing part. I mean, that was one of the funnest parts of when we started Bottomless Waitress, wasn't it, Baines? We
Oh
we
yeah.
were coming up with the characters, and Baines was describing them, and I was thinking, having my take on them, and I'd draw them, and Baines would draw them, and then we'd like have a little debate about what the characters were going to look like. And yeah, we discussed it. Yeah, we come up with it. So we didn't even know what the characters were going to look like until we'd gone through that process, which was so fun. And we're doing the same thing with Key of Dreams now, coming up with our sort of all together talking about how characters are going to look and what they're going to be like. So it's a thrill.
it
I
is.
really
It
like
is.
the look of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I won't spoil anything specifics, but it looks really.
Yeah. It's really hard not talking about it while talking about it.
Well, now we've got to come up with because we've sort of designed some of our main characters pretty much. I mean, are they the only characters we've done so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got to come up with scenery. Like, what are the worlds going to look like that they're going to inhabit? So
Yeah.
we're going to have to do some sketches of that.
Yeah. And some sort of quote unquote costuming in a sense. What they will be doing, when they will be wearing it throughout the story.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's a spoiler to say this is set in ancient Greece. So I'll be having a lot of fun with that because I love, ancient Greek stuff. So that'll be awesome to incorporate some of the cool things, aspects of ancient Greek culture in there, like pottery and armor, hopefully, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There will be armor. It would be a sin to have us collaborate in something and not draw armor.
Very good point.
Need my Corinthian helmets in there, my classic Corinthian helmets.
Yeah.
So much. Well, that's the thing. Like people in artwork, really often they do Corinthian helmets wrong, which really pisses me off. They base them on that stupid movie, which was based on the comic, the Frank Miller comic, which is, whatever. But they're all wrong. No Corinthian helmet should ever look like that. That is Frank Miller's style from his comic. The movie did them that way because it's based on the comic. Don't do them like that. That's not what Spartan helmets ever look like. No helmet in the world ever looked like that. That is a comic book style. So yeah, do them right and they look freaking cool. They're the coolest helmet ever. I'm an armor nerd. I care about this.
I love that this story plays into all your knowledge, your historical knowledge, and Tanz's sort of historical knowledge and everything. It's very neat. And I get to read it and say, "That's awesome."
Oh no, you gotta bloody do artwork as well, Mr. Man. You gotta.
Probably not, man. You're so you have such a strong handle on both art workability and the specifics of armor and place and anatomy.
No. I mean, you've got to do your I might take over doing armor and all that kind of stuff, but you've got to do character interaction and things. You've got to do the design how a scene's going to look like with characters
Yeah.
interacting and talking to each other, because you're brilliant at
Yeah.
that. You're
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Not only
I've tried to do a little, and nothing has really come out well. Yeah.
And there is also going to be like a body language that should be
Mm.
incorporated, like how they're gonna look, because let's face it, it is ancient Greece. There will be clothes, but there also will not be clothes at some point. So
oh yeah, Pinky.
yeah.
But Baines, you have like not only in the Bottomless Waitress, like these latest pages, it's been such a massive help to me that you've thumbnailed everything out, like in genius level stuff, which it's like, oh my god, it's been brilliant. Especially this latest page where it's be totally deleted, have to do it from scratch. But I couldn't have done that without you having that thumbnail to base it on, your thumbnail. But you have this ability to like have these excellent character interactions plotted out not only in your drawn work in like a typical Strange and stuff like Chatterbox, and then you've also got the 3D artwork where you pose characters brilliantly. So how can you feel any level of inadequacy when you do this work just all the time?
Yeah, I guess it's different when it's a script already written and artwork already happening. Like I said, I've tried working on some stuff. If I come up with anything that contributes, I'll definitely send it.
Well, what we should do is, I think we should do a couple of sessions where we're just doing the the whiteboard stuff, where we're all
Yeah.
All right.
interacting real time, so then we can get the feel of it together.
Yes, let's do that.
And maybe even like have experiment, like having different responsibility for different characters, maybe, and just see how we go with that. So maybe there's a scene like with 3 characters. So Baines would draw one, I would draw one, and you'd draw one, Tantz. And we'll see how we interpret those together, how we make them interact at the same time. Because I want this to be a proper, collaboration between the 3 of us. I want all of us working together on this.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the amazing thing, because it will be something that is the fusion of all 3 of our styles and tones and approaches to making comics, which neither of us will be able to replicate on their own, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And that's the fascinating thing about collaborations. That's what I love about them. So
Yes.
Right.
I love that idea too. So I mean, and I'm thinking about it because when I did these sketches of some of the characters, Tantz, you made this comment saying we should totally go with a sketchy look, this rough look, because I normally double think, triple think, and it takes me so long to do a page because I redraw everything until I get it perfect, and it ends up a stiff kind of crap mess, which was a lot of my artwork. It's just the characters are too stiff, and I actually get worse drawing figures because it all becomes totally based on something from my head rather than reality, and I lose a lot of the original, a lot of the gesturalness because I overdo stuff so much. So doing a sketchy thing, and see, now I think about that more and more. Maybe I could just totally have this stuff loose, and maybe I can even stylize it more and work more like Baines does. So Baines has this way more stylized kind of way of drawing, especially in typical Strange, which is actually very hard to do. People think, oh yeah, it's simplified and stylized in more cartoony work, but cartoony work isn't easy. That's a specific style, and it's very consistent. So yeah, maybe we should move into that kind of thing. See, this is
Mhm.
This
And
is
and
kind of-
considering like the more sketchiness, the more flow there will be, because this is, a dream world or a dreamlike experience, or what have you. Let's not spoil. I try not to spoil stuff, but the whole idea is that this should be fluid
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
shifting and
So,
changing stuff.
so
It might look
what
like an ancient story or something. That's what I like about these sketchy, like the sketchy idea. It'll look like this ancient mythological story or something, or this old
Mhm.
yeah,
fairy tale or something.
exactly. Like yeah, like drawings on a vase or something, which is how most of those drawings were done in back then. So maybe we should do like we should work on this, and we should draw the characters in a way that we can all draw them. So we
Mm.
simplify them because at the moment the way I've drawn them is in my style, and we could modify it so we can all do it in a style that's more like universal to us, like simplify it even more.
We could. It's not necessary. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
Not everyone has to do everything, every part of
exactly.
the process. Not really
Like we
necessary.
could, for example, I like your style for this. I'll be outright honest. I like the way the characters look in already.
Okay.
Very much.
uh, but the dynamic and the posing and the interactions and gestures and layouts, there are so many other parts that we all should be contributing to, that it will
For
still
sure.
be a children. Yeah, I mean,
That would be a great thing to get. Yeah, like all three of us together, maybe. I don't know how
mhm.
well that will work, but yeah, like sort of doing the
I want it to
overall
be
layouts of pages and individual panels and stuff.
because we all
Yeah.
have as good strengths. So we've been doing this comicking stuff for years and years and years. So yeah, I want it to be a three-way collab in
Mhm.
everything.
I think that the best we should do is what the pros do, in the sense that meet and have like a full brainstorming session as we plot out and thumbnail the entire thing, and
Mm.
and set things down and sketch and draw and discuss. Like, just make a day out of it, like not entire day. I mean, just dedicate like a couple of hours to do it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Wow. We'll do
yeah,
that.
and then we will know who has what role in the comic. Like, I remember when I used to collaborate with Pitface, she had layouts, pencils, inks, and I had coloring, lettering, and of course the script. Uh, and it worked real well.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. Like
and the character design
delegate.
was done by both of us originally. So
Right.
there was that.
Exactly. Well, with all three of us, we can, yeah, work out a day where all of us are working together and
Mhm.
we can split things up like that. I
Yeah,
like that. And just have like a trial run at the first page sort of thing.
there you
This
go.
is how many we were sort of talked about 10 pages, didn't we? Something like that.
Yeah, not more than that, because it is for the anthology. So, and
Exactly.
if we like it, it could be the first chapter. We don't know.
Right.
Um, but
Whole
yeah, just
tale of the
10 pages, nice, concise, done, and then we talk after it's done, if we
Awesome.
want to do any more.
Exactly. All right. So that's our plan for our comic that we're working on together for 2024. So
Yeah, so that's New Year's resolutions, really, not the year in review.
well, this is interesting. I mean, I don't know how much people will be interested in us blathering about our project that is coming up, but this is a webcomic podcast. isn't it? For a webcomic site. So this is how webcomics happen. Actually, I remember Quiet making a comment ages ago, Quiet Agakse, who does our featured comics with me, and she said, wow, like, you know, about Bottomless Waitress, saying, yeah, I remember when you guys first discussed it on the Quackcast, and now you're actually doing it. So yeah, this is how Bottomless Waitress started. Baines and I talking about it on the Quackcast, and then it became a thing. And Bottomless Waitress actually started just because of the title. It's because I thought it was such a funny title. That's where it came from.
It's a long time ago. I don't remember exactly, but it was something about bottomless coffee, and we said something about bottomless waitresses, and it was just like a joke. And then I was on Ocean and was like, "Let's do that comic. Like, I want to actually do that comic." I would never have thought that joke would turn into an actual comic, but you really wanted to do it, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, I own the website of bottomlesswaitress.com.
It was a hard one to get. Everybody wanted that.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's an incredible thing. So, not Verdant. Verdant's Tantzerine's fantastic fantasy. So yeah, this new one will be Key of Dreams.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we go with that one, which is Tantz has totally written it out from beginning to end, which is such a treat to read.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Coming it out, yeah.
For sure.
We'll be turning it into super sexy webcomic for you all to see.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The point is for it to be quite sexy.
So I super look forward to doing that. Now we just have to finish doing our concept pages for our the world, and then we'll start on our collab together.
If the script is more or less how you want it to be, we can start doing page breakdowns, like even rough ones, and even if they change.
Yeah. Well, right now it is how I want it to be, in the sense that in written script form, I will not be making any more changes. Changes are going, definitely, I believe, are going to be happening as we draw, because what I have realized more in my comics is that when I have a script, and then when I actually sit down to illustrate it, I modify dialogue because it works a little better now that I know exactly what the frames will be showing.
Same here.
So there will be tweaks, but as we write, as we move with the page. But right now, I don't think I will be making any other changes to the script. The script is done. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. So we're going on from there.
Well, I can definitely, before we meet, I can get some ideas for thumbnails together. Or
yes, absolutely.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Everyone will look like Jughead in my thumbnails, so just prepare for that. How I do it. So Jughead, and then we edit, draw over top.
It's a whole world of Archie, but just with
Oh my god, I can't wait.
That's not true, by the way, but maybe I'll have to do it that way now that I've said it. More like stick figures. Although I kind of, on some of the Bottomless Waitress thumbnails, I go the extra mile because I love doing those. Spent like a lot of time color, like thumbnails in color and everything.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. It's very
with
immersive.
Word balloon, like I'll put in word balloons. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, love it. No, see, I'm interrupting you. You're interrupting me. Interrupting you, walking all over what you're saying. Don't apologize, jeez. But yeah, I mean, those word balloons are just awesome. Anything you want to put into it, it helps, because oh my god, suddenly I know where the word balloons are. Oh so I don't have to draw artwork for this place here. It's a word balloon.
Yes. I mean, that's what I do for myself. So we've just done that in the most recent pages, right? And maybe a couple here and there before that, but mainly it's just the newest ones. And if you didn't want me to do that, obviously I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to step on your territory.
100% I want you to do it. It's all good.
Like I said, that's how I do mine, and similar to Tantz, it sounds like sort of doing rough page layouts with. I do like stick figures or just really messy, and then word balloons next, and like before any actual artwork or 3D characters are in there. It's like kind of composing the page around the words, kind of, and then same as you, Tantz, the dialogue will change a lot as you work it out.
Yeah, totally. Like I remember there were some pages, like for example, this one iconic page in Without Moonlight where Arthur comes down the stairs having retrieved that one cigarette that he never got to smoke. And he comes face to face with Basil carrying out Fotis. And he drops it, of course, because he never gets to smoke that cigarette. So that page initially had dialogue, but when I drew it, I said, you know what? I think it works better without words. Like just put it up like that, and an entire page of dialogue was scrapped.
That's a lot easier, like worlds easier to figure out if you actually have a page in front of you, like a rough comic book page. This might, like you can see this happening, these specifics happening. You don't need dialogue. That's really neat.
Yeah, that's always the way. A page in practice helps you understand the needs far better. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, actually, this needs different dialogue. This scene doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Or more dialogue.
It's almost like you look at dailies, making a movie or something like that. You can look at footage kind of like ahead of time or something. Or like as an editor, you look at the footage and then you realize, oh wait, move this here, move that there. We don't need dialogue.
Yeah, well, it's being flexible to the needs of the story, really, which helps a lot. Like, you hear about the way certain movies are made and certain directors, and some of them say, yeah, we should improvise all this, and you think, oh yeah, that sounds a bit wanky. And for other ones, it's like, oh yeah, let's everything has to be scripted out from begin, and you don't divert at all from my script. Everything has to be exactly as I planned it, and you think, well, that's planned a bit too hard.
Yeah, that's also the same. Like,
bit wanky.
I'm trying to think of a word that is not bleepable.
Control freaky or arrogant.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you discover something along the way that works better, you do it. It's as simple as that. So
exactly, lean into stuff because certain accidents of or maybe this accidental thing that happened points to a better way of doing things, or maybe someone else comes up with a really good idea that's a great influence on you.
Yeah,
and you should have the freedom to work that in instead of
absolutely
with initial plans.
And the amazing, the fun thing with collaborations is that you get this, as many perspectives as there are people collaborating, and that's richness, especially if you jive well with everyone and there is no like defensiveness or anything like that, because that can really poison the well. If you have someone that in the team that says, "Oh, how dare you," suggest something else than what I said, it's like, that's
because it's pretty natural to get attached to what you're doing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So to collaborate, you have to be flexible with that. That's the great thing about doing Bottomless Waitress with Oz all this time.
Yeah, we
It's
have
always
to.
very even the disagreements are they're fine, you know.
Yeah.
Like a little back and forth, and then I'm like, if Oz really wants to do this, I don't remember what the number is because there's been so few disagreements really on anything, but it's like the kid wants the character to look this way. I'm like, well, I was thinking this, and then he comes back, well, no, I like this. I'll come back. Like, really, the picture I had was this, and then if he comes back again, I'm like, okay, he wants to do it, so it's all good.
Yeah, we had that with Nikki, the trucker.
That's the only one I can think of where there was back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mainz's original idea for her was more like a butch kind of lady, like with short kind of mullety hair and stuff like that. And for me, that was an idea, but it just seemed a bit like tropey. That one
probably is, yeah. I don't even see. I don't even remember it that way. The way I remember it is you wanted her really tall, and I didn't.
Yeah, I did. Like I had this idea of her being a giant. I just had this, but it wasn't like an intellectual kind of thing. Like, yeah, I would like this idea. The image just came into my head, fully formed.
Yeah.
So I just had to do it.
I like it. I'm okay with that, man.
Big lady,
and I like it works. I knew it would work either way, kind of like to a degree, but it is really nice when you do it. We went your way with it. She's really tall. Francis really short.
She's very iconic now.
Yeah,
this is so absolutely it works.
She's got a great look, actually. No surprise.
And that led directly to Bane's doing Kaiju Romance. But yeah, I just wanted to do her this height was the thing, and then I needed her to be super muscly and have this weird haircut that I had in my head, and have a Greek nose, like what people call a Greek nose, and an eyebrow ring, I think she has, a nose ring, whatever. So yeah, that was this idea I had, and Baines conceded to me, which I'm so grateful for because I was being a bit of a dick about it. And
I don't think you were being a dick. It was maybe the one time where like I pushed back and then you pushed back, and then I think once more I pushed back when it came up, and then because you pushed back a second time, I'm like, you have to like be flexible somewhat, like, I mean, like, it's like, come on, like he really has an idea for this, so.
Well, thank you.
Obviously, like with much respect for your talent and everything, like of course, I'm like, man, this guy knows what he's doing. So.
Well, yeah, it was. I'm so grateful for it, and with the other characters too. Like we had, it was like a group thing. So we were working on together, like with Polly being like this tall lady, but not as tall as Nikki.
Right.
And in my head, like I don't know how we came up with the look of these characters. Like I was thinking of Katie Seagal from Married with Children for her.
Yes. Loved it.
As a thing, and for Francis being a short, like buxom, like exaggerated buxom, very narrow waist, super wide hips, huge bust, and I was thinking like the face is sort of based on the Christina Applegate, also from Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
So big eyes, blonde hair. Then Jane is like a black girl, and that was like
Yes,
Halle
your
Berry
idea as
sort of
well,
thing.
which I'm very glad of that idea because I think it helps. Like visually, it looks really good.
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, I didn't want to go with the for everything I was doing, like I wanted to sort of have a little bit of variance from typical tropishness.
Yeah.
So Jane is the main character kind of thing, and the middle between the extreme of, really tall, skinny Polly and short, buxom Frances. And normally she would be like the ultra average white girl. But then I thought, well, maybe we can have like it being a slightly different kind of person.
Thankfully, yeah, because it's that sort of gives her a specific look, and I really like how you have her hair in the newest pages. Love that, and
I'm not
trying to
consistent.
set her apart personality-wise is the next challenge after that.
Yeah, well, she's been playing Jane, and now she's changing because she's getting some more personality, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She started out being super dreamy in love, and now she's been burnt by the world.
Yes.
Oh, we've done it. We have like a little bit of a pointer for how she might look. So we've experimented with the idea of turning her into a rocker.
Yes.
Yeah, I have seen that concept. That is really cool.
Yeah.
So that's how she might go. We don't know yet. It's just a possible future version of Jane.
Right.
Should be cool. Should be cool. So, oh my god, we're blabbing on with Bottomless Waitress. Verdant is coming along really well. It's only just begun, but we're slowly getting into the world of Verdant.
Yeah. Well, we haven't really gotten into the world because I'm so slow. Trying to get into the groove of how to design things and how to work the pages and all that, which is it needs a different approach to Without Moonlight. I was a little surprised, like taken aback, that this is not going to be like how the work process that I have drawing Without Moonlight. This needs something else. And this something else takes me more time as I learn it, I guess. But I'm really looking forward to using all those characters that would never fit in Without Moonlight. Now they can be in their own little world or big world. It is a big world, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get the third character in because this first triangle cluster is going to be the one that introduces us really into the world. And then we can go back to the nights and I can draw all the excessive, silly, ceremonial stuff that the witches don't do. That is also going to be fun. So, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, really amazing project. And, go on, sorry, Baines.
No, go ahead.
And the other big thing, of course, is Kaiju Valentine. Baines has been working on. It's been very successful, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fans on that. Patreon people love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it as well.
Yeah, it's
Thank
cool.
you.
Oh my god, the Quackcast. We're gonna get cut off.
Yeah.
So I think we'll come back again just to finish up.
Yes, let's do that.
So Google is gonna kick us off, but we're gonna be right back. So yes, Kaiju Valentine has been coming along really well. I love the most latest pages that are influenced by what is it, Godzilla +1 or something?
Yeah, it's that movie Godzilla -1, which was awesome.
Oh, minus
Awesome. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Where you have
there's a screenshot online. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, you go ahead.
A screenshot online with from that movie with the fishing boat and Godzilla's giant head coming out of the water behind it. So I love that. I wanted to do a version of that with my Kaiju Valentine, a lovely lady who I had to scale her way up for that picture because she's actually not Godzilla sized. She's not really Kaiju sized. That's the scandal of this comic. She's about 24, 25 feet tall.
Whoa,
Not Godzilla
okay.
territory, really. But, it was just easier to do the comedy, the sort of comedy slash romance, kind of romantic thing with her not quite those ridiculous, that ridiculous level of size. Just a little bit ridiculous. No, so
Yeah. Okay, so the reason for that is because you have the Minnie, who is the Kaiju Valentine, gigantic woman, and Max, the normal-sized human. You've got them interacting in Max's house. That he has had to make giant for Minnie to fit in, and
well, I'll address that eventually. Speaking of world building, I'll explain how this place exists. Well, somewhat of the reason, anyway.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do that if she was super huge. So
yeah, super huge maybe would be okay for gags. But even then, I think I would probably run out of stuff if the sizes were so wildly different. Yeah.
So there has to be some kind of commonality in there that they can relate to each other.
Yeah, I mean, someone probably could write a manga or whatever with an actual kaiju-sized girlfriend. Maybe someone has, I don't know, but it doesn't. Yeah, for what I wanted to do, it didn't quite work. So, but I'll keep the title.
Well, look, you could fit her into your kaiju comic stuff by saying, "Oh, she had an eat me like a thing, Alice in Wonderland or Alice with the Looking Glass, whatever, and like expanded."
True.
Momentarily, I don't know.
For a single story, there's sort of monsters invading, and she's able to get 10 times bigger than she already is, or something.
Who knows? Maybe she falls through a portal and goes to an even weirder world.
There you go, exactly. Oh, it's just unlimited.
It really is. Anyway, I love it. And I want to see more. Definitely. All right. So we're
very happy with Verdant. I wish there was a page. I wish there was pages every week that Tantz could draw blisteringly fast.
Oh yeah,
get on it,
you
Whack.
Oh, hopefully there will be a page this week. Not hopefully there will be a page this week for the patrons. So yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to wrap it up now. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy January the 2nd.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy Drunkduck Quackcast 668. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my god, we'll have to make the next Quackcast another sexy one because of the 69 number. So watch out for that. All right. Bye-bye.